Alright, y'all, what's good, everybody? This is your boy Akil McLeod, and I'm a full-time eBay and Poshmark seller. And today we're gonna go through some questions that I pulled from my comment section, and I'm just gonna do my best to answer some of these questions for you guys. In the comment section, I already answered a lot of these questions, so I'm pretty sure some of you guys may have gotten the answer, but for the most part, I'm just gonna expound upon most of these questions and just kind of answer them a little more thoroughly, and hopefully you guys can learn some good stuff. So, um, okay, now it's working. All right, perfect. Okay, so we lit. All right, so I'm just gonna start answering some of these questions, and if you guys have any questions as I'm going, you can just chime in and drop it in the comment section, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. So, for the first question, I have from Kevin P. He says, "Hi, Akil. What is your business model when it comes to pricing? Do you use the highest sold price, average sold price, or the lowest sold price? Thanks." Now, first, when it comes to pricing, for me, I would usually just go into the sold section and make sure that I check all the filters and make sure that it says sold and completed. And then I'll pretty much just go through the sold listings and see kind of like an average of the highest and the lowest. Now, usually once you see like the highest sold price, that's kind of like an outlier in my opinion. And sometimes that might not actually be what the item is really going for. So I don't really pay attention to the highest price. If I see one item that necessarily sells for about $25 and I keep seeing that same price, that's what I'm gonna go to. And usually if I'm pricing something for like 25 bucks, anything less than 30, I try to not even accept offers on that because that's really not a lot of money. But since that's the going price, I'll just try to stick to that. So that's how I usually go about it when it comes to pricing. Um, the lowest price, yeah, that's basically how I go about pricing. So like I said, if you guys got any questions, drop it in the live stream, and I'll try to get back to that as soon as possible. Um, Let me say what's good to all the people in the chat real quick. I don't even know how to work that, so I'll do that a little later. So next question I got from Josh Frint. He says, "Do you ever source at the Goodwill outlet?" Now, there is a Goodwill outlet that's about maybe like 30, maybe 40 minutes away from me, but I'd never go to that Goodwill outlet. We only went one time and we picked up one thing, and I don't like the Goodwill outlet environment. I think, especially the one in my area, it's super competitive. It's a lot of people there, so I don't necessarily like it. And you can tell, oh, I got $2. Hey, thanks, Dami. I got my first super chat in the live stream. I appreciate you. So yeah, so when and anytime we go to the ones out there in Ventura, it's super competitive, and the quality just isn't really that high for me. I feel as if you see a lot of people pulling stuff, and you know, they're, like I said, they're very competitive, and you see them throwing elbows and things like that. And I don't really want to be in that environment. For me, it's just for real girl 42. Thank you very much. Sent me $2. I appreciate it. I'm gonna use that and buy some coffee for Dime. So, like I said, it's super competitive in there, and people are throwing elbows and they're just grabbing stuff all like aggressive. And for me, that's not my style. I like to go through stuff while it's in the rack and it's already sorted, and I get to go through and make sure that stuff are, you know, in good condition. It's not dirty. And a lot of the things in the Goodwill outlet, chances are you gotta wash it, you gotta do a whole bunch of stuff to it. So that's just not really my environment. But I do think it's a good opportunity to I get the, it's a good opportunity to make more money because you usually pay by the pound at the Goodwill outlet, so you can make some good money. And the average price, you might spend like 50 cents for a shirt or 25 cents for some shoes based on the weight. So I think that's a good opportunity, but like I said, it's just not my style, so I stay away from it. And speaking of stuff that's dirty, Carissa Morris asked me, "Do you wash the used clothes before you sell?" Now, personally, I don't wash everything I get that's used. If it has like a stain or it has like a really strong cologne smell or perfume smell, I definitely try to wash those things because you don't want to say something is in excellent condition and then once the person receives it in the mail, it smells like, you know, cologne or perfume or shampoo or anything like that. So you want to make sure that you're washing your stuff if it has any strong smell. But for the most part, I try to pick up stuff that doesn't have stains, it doesn't have any weird smells, especially cigarette smoke, like that just doesn't get out. So I try not to get those stuff. And I usually passed on a lot of like leather jackets or like motorcycle jackets because they would have like a smoky smell in there. So I definitely pass on those quite a bit. But yeah, unless it's really stained, unless it has a weird smell, I don't really mess with it. Um, Next question I got is from Yasmin Taurus, and she asked, Do you ship eBay International? If so, do you have a video on it?" And the way how I ship international, all I use is the global shipping program, and I think the global shipping program on eBay is available to everybody. I'm not sure if you need to necessarily hit a certain threshold to be accepted into that program. I believe it's open to everybody, but if I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody in the chat will correct me. But I don't like to do international shipping. I don't like to do normal international shipping because for two reasons. One, it's a little tricky when it comes to the cost because based on where the location is, if it's going somewhere like France, it might cost way more money than it will cost if it was going to say Russia. So I try not to do that. And then plus the way how eBay does their eBay shipping fees, oh, $10 from Warren. Thank you. What is it? IOU. I just found a ketone cashmere reversible. Woo! You found a cashmere ketone. You should send that to me. But thank you for the $10. I appreciate you, bro. But like I was saying, where was I in terms of eBay shipping? Yeah, so the way how eBay does their shipping, they charge you on both. They charge you on what the item sold for, and they charge you how much, and they charge you a different fee for the amount of shipping. So they basically charge you twice. And if you charge say $50 for international shipping, they're gonna take a heavy fee out of that. So you don't even make any money off of shipping. And like I said, it's just too difficult for me. So I just rather do the eBay global shipping program. And all you do is you ship it to eBay's warehouse in Kentucky. And once you do that, you can kind of save some money because once you do that, you're not shipping like a far location. And for me, it works because Kentucky is like, I think it'll take about 2 days from where I'm at to get to Kentucky. But the other thing is with the global shipping program, before I move on to the next question, is that it's a little tougher for the buyer because they have to pay more fees to eBay, and they also have to wait a lot longer because I have to ship it out. It has to get to Kentucky. Then once it's in Kentucky at their shipping process, then it goes to the next location. So because of the double dipping, it might take the buyer a very long time for them to get that item. I've heard some people say it took at least 3 weeks before they got the item. So definitely consider that if you want to get into the eBay shipping program. What about US shipping on eBay? Poshmark uses flat fee. Um, well, with eBay is different. So it's based on the weight and it's based on the package that you use. So if it's first class, it could cost anywhere between $3 and like $5 if it's first class. And if it's going padded flat, that's like $6.90. If it's a first class package, but it's less than 2 pounds, for me that's usually about $10.80. And if I have to put it in a medium flat rate box, then that's like $13. And then a large flat rate box is like $17. As you guys can see, I ship all the time, so I kind of know the numbers by heart by now. But the shitty thing about that is the fact that the cost of shipping is going up very soon. They're going to be charging, I think it's going up 11% on average. Every year the cost of shipping goes up just because of inflation, but now first rate packages might end up costing closer to like $3.25. So what we're gonna have to, I'm actually gonna make another video on that, but what we're gonna have to do as resellers, we're just gonna have to factor that into our shipping costs. And for those of you that like to do free shipping, I mean, you might have to reconsider that. You might have to charge a little more for your item to kind of recoup on the fact that shipping is going up. Kevin P, how do you receive the shipping label on Poshmark? Once you make a sale on Poshmark, they will send you the label straight to your email address. Whatever email address you have attached to your account, they're gonna send you that email. They're gonna send you that label to the email address. So it's a very simple process for Poshmark. I think that's why so many people enjoy selling on Poshmark, because do you have an inventory system? I think so many people enjoy selling on Poshmark because the whole process is easy. You don't have to get a scale for Poshmark. You don't have to know the different packages. You literally just have to print out that label and just throw it on any priority box and ship it out. But eBay, it's definitely more of a complicated system, and I'm gonna go into that system. I'm gonna make a video on that whole system just to kind of make it easier for eBay sellers, but it's gonna take me a little while to make that video because I want to make it less than 10 minutes, and I want to kind of show you guys how to do it. So it's gonna take me a little while to figure it out, but it should be out at least within 2 weeks. I know I had some questions in the feed, so let me go into this and check that out. Let me see if I can open this up on here, because I definitely want to answer you guys' questions as soon as possible, because that's why you guys in the live stream. So let me see if I can even open that. Dom, you know it might be easy if you bring the computer for me. Oh, look at you.
It's a lot of good questions.
I got some good questions in here. Alright, y'all, so let's go into these questions. Mr. Lavisham in the building. What's good, JJ? Thanks again to those of you that sent a super chat. I appreciate you. Let's go. I just started on eBay. My only concern is understanding shipping. Okay, that is the one I answered. The stuff I hear you say that you pick up is really different from other resellers. They only talk about stuff that's like $5 or $6. You give that gold stuff. Now that's the thing. This area that I'm in, Santa Barbara, is a very special city. Like, this is ridiculous. The type of stuff that people donate here, you probably would never find that anywhere else. People here are just very, very wealthy. So the things they donate, they don't really necessarily. Most people would try to resell it. Most people would give it to family and friends. But for them, they just don't care. They'll just donate it, and people in Goodwill would resell it. So that's why the competition in my area is so heavy. But at the same time, I think it's good. Do you have any difficulty selling clothes on eBay, like large quantity of returns? Thinking of opening another eBay store for only clothing. Wait, let me read that question again. Do you have any difficulty setting up? Difficulty selling clothing? Like, no, I don't get a lot of returns. The thing for me with returns, when I first started selling on eBay, I used to get a lot of returns. I think about maybe 3 or 4 returns a month, and that was high for me. And when I first started selling out, anytime I got that notification on my phone that I got a return, that would like ruin my whole day. Because for me, once you're just starting out, every dollar that you're getting, every dollar that's coming in, you're basically reinvesting that money into your business. So for me, I didn't really have that $30 or $50 to keep giving back to people. So for me, I try to just be 100% honest in my description. If there's a stain or even like a very small like snag, I try to take a photo of that. That way it gives the buyer no reason to want to return it. And the only thing I get returns for now is if the item doesn't fit. And at the end of the day, I think it's important as resellers to offer that like return policy, just so that people can feel comfortable comfortable buying with you. So I offer that return policy if the item doesn't fit, and I have my returns on automatic. So if the item doesn't fit, I will automatically just accept it. If they change their mind, I'll just automatically accept it. But the only thing is, I don't offer free returns. So if the buyer wants to return it, they have to pay for return shipping. Do you have an inventory system? My inventory system is super simple. It's not as some other resellers have a very professional inventory system. My system is this. I have about 15 bins, and I have 2 that's for shirts. I have like 2 that's for pants, and then the rest are mainly shoes because I sell a lot of shoes. And then I have storage shelves that's for all the miscellaneous like boxes and stuff. So I have bins that literally says shirts, bins that literally says jackets, and then I have like clothing racks for the stuff that I don't want to fold. And everything is in these bins. They're not like individually packaged. They're not pre-packaged. None of that. Like since it's just me shipping stuff out, I know exactly which bin I put certain stuff in, and I never lose anything. I never damage anything. Things don't get lost in storage for me, and usually the way how I try to sell things, I sell brands that usually sell within 30 days. So I usually don't even hold on to stuff that long. That's why my overall inventory isn't that big. How many items do you have listed on eBay? On eBay right now, I got about 190, and I got like 50 things to list. So between the next 2 days, I'll probably list those things. But I usually maintain a store about 180 to 220 active listings on eBay. A lot of my stuff sells very quickly because I don't try to buy things that last a long that sit around for a long time. So that works best for me. But there's actually somebody that left a comment on my last video, and they said, "Oh, you only have 190 listings. I thought you were a full timer." And I think that's the best thing about eBay is because everybody's systems are different. Some people, you might live in an area where you don't have access to really good brands, so you might have to have 1,000+ listings, and you're not making a lot of profit, but you're making money just based off of sheer quantity. Where people like myself, I get a lot of quality items, and my average sale price, it's actually been going up lately. It's closer to like 40-45 bucks. So every time I make a sale, I'm making a decent amount of money per item. So I think that's what works best for me. But if I was in a different area where I had a lot of like Polo Ralph Lauren and a lot of Land's End and lower end brands like that, I would have a much larger inventory, and I would have, smaller profit margin. So Poshmark, I think I got like 120 or something like that. Have you successfully gotten pit stains deodorant out? Yes. So two things. You can use that deodorant sponge and to kind of rub that stuff, like rub the deodorant like crust away, or you can just like pre-treat it, like really just put some detergent in the armpit and like rub it out. And sometimes baking soda helps getting some of the deodorant stains out. If it's like a yellow pit stain, you can use that. But like I said, if it's really bad stains, I just don't pick the item up because chances are, I'm gonna say I'm gonna clean it, or I'm gonna try to get that stain out, and I'm just gonna leave it in like the dirty clothes hamper, and it's just gonna sit for a mad long. I was the same, but then I went on winter break for a month, so my roommate had a hard time finding the items, so now I have an inventory system. I mean, as my inventory grows, I'm definitely gonna level up my eBay store, right? So my eBay store right now, I have a basic eBay store, and I'm gonna go to the next level, and it's good. I think that's the premium or the premier or some shit like that, and I'm gonna level it up. So I'm gonna have like 500 stuff in my inventory once I start buying stuff in bulk. So eventually I'm gonna have to make an inventory system. Like right now I'm just getting by on a very basic system, but once I level up my store, I won't have a choice. Like I'm gonna need an inventory system, because that's when people start losing stuff. And once you start losing stuff and you're not able to ship it out to the buyer, then that's when you start getting negative feedback, and it just all goes downhill from there. So I'm gonna definitely create an inventory system. That's why I haven't showed it to you guys yet, because my shit is kind of embarrassing. Stay up. Oh, I keep going up. Okay, let's see. Which question are we doing? Which apps do you use for eBay? RPack, $2. Thank you, RPack17. Thank you, I appreciate it. What was the question?
Which apps do you use for eBay?
Which apps do I use for eBay? All I use is the eBay app right now. All I use is the eBay app. I don't think I use any other apps. I don't use I know there's some photo apps that people use to make their photos a little nicer and neater and stuff, but all I use is the eBay app. I think everything I need is basically in that app. But eBay and the Poshmark app, that's all I got. There are a lot of what are 3 brands that sell fast for you? 3 brands off the top of my head. Untuckit always sells fast. Mizzen and Main always sells fast. And anytime I get Hoka 11 sneakers, those always sell fast. Do you hit up the flea markets? I went to the Rose Bowl flea market a few times, and not to say I'm not gonna go back, because I do plan on going back. But I think the problem with the Rose Bowl flea market is that now that vintage clothing is so hot, a lot of these vendors, they know that, so they're pricing their stuff they're pricing their stuff more aggressively than eBay and Poshmark sellers are pricing it. So unless you have a connection with a vendor, chances of you getting a really good deal is kind of slim. And I was spending like 15 to 20 bucks per item out there, and the margin just wasn't good enough for me. So I stopped going, but I think summertime I'm probably gonna start going back and just really trying to create, more closer relationships with some of those vendors. That way I can, kind of get in there. Not switching topics. Have you and your fiance ever started considering starting a vlog? Yes, we was talking about that a few times.
Let me say something.
You want to talk to the people?
Hi JJ. I still have my pajamas on, so I'm not gonna get on camera. But thanks for the nice comment.
Yeah. So the thing with this YouTube shit, it took me a while to get monetized, right? So of course, when you're thinking of different sources of income, you definitely want to if you're gonna make videos, it's gonna take time. You want to put out consistent content. You want to make useful content, and I think we might just do our channel kind of integrated in this channel the best we can. But creating a new channel is kind of, I don't know, I'm a little nervous because it took me a while to get monetized on this channel. So if I had to do it on another one, I mean, it might take even longer for me to maintain this channel and another one. But I mean, we'll see. Do you use inventory software to keep track of your sales? No, I use Google Documents. So what I do is, like, at the end of the month, I'll extract some of the information straight from eBay. So my total, like my gross sales, I'll include that. I'll include my cost of goods, the gross sales, any shipping supplies, or any like money that I had to spend on any materials or things like that. And then I try to factor in like my mileage as well. And yeah, so I am basically my inventory system. But if anybody knows any other inventory systems out there, let me know, because I would definitely appreciate it. I keep a spreadsheet with all my items: date purchase, date sold, cost of items, fees taken. Is this enough? Yeah, I think you should be good when it comes to tax season. The only other thing that you should do is hold on to your receipts. $20 scholarship. Hey, my boy, college scholarship, $20. I appreciate you. Thanks for a quality education. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Yeah, when it comes to income tax, I might have to do a video on that because tax season is coming up, and my video is not going to be that detailed because I'm not like a tax professional. But definitely hold on to your receipts, all the receipts that you get. And even if you're shopping at yard sales and flea markets, you definitely want to hold on to you definitely want to create your own receipt. There's this one guy that I watch, and his bona fide hustler, he writes down his receipts in a notepad, so he always knows what he's spending. So you definitely want to hold on to your receipts and hold on to those for at least 3 years. That way, in case you get audited or anything like that, you have that information on deck. I just thrifted some Zelly men's. Yo, the first time I sold Zelly loafers, I got, I think, $180. Do you remember that sale?
Mm-hmm.
Those loafers, I put them up at first, and I was getting offers for like 90 bucks. But then I did some more research and I saw that they were selling for like 200, 250. So I changed my price really, really fast. I changed it quick, and I raised it from like $90 to $180. And as soon as I changed the price and fixed my listing, it sold for $180. So anytime you guys find Zelly loafers, definitely sell those. Thanks for all your help. Congrats on the engagement. Can you discuss some of your eBay business policies? Thank you on congratulating us on the engagement. That was huge. eBay business policies. Well, for one, I like to accept returns. I think that's super important. Being honest in your descriptions is the most important, because there's too many scammy sellers out there that really trying to pull fast ones on buyers. So definitely be honest. I think that's really it. Like, honesty and getting your stuff, shipping your stuff out fast. That's one of the biggest one. When it comes to shipping, I like to ship. I have it set to 1 day, but as long as people make an order on a specific time range, like say it's 11 o'clock and I didn't go to the post office yet, and an order comes in, I'm shipping that out the same day. But if it's like, 6 o'clock and the post office is closed, that'll go out the next day. But I like to ship stuff out as fast as possible. And if you guys go through my eBay feedback, you will see that the majority of it is always, wow, super fast shipping. Because I like to get it out as fast as possible. Because if I was buying something online, that's the most important thing. I don't care about a love note. I won't care about like bubble wrap. But for me, as long as I got it fast, I'll be happy. How come you don't show your subscriber count? Would love to see your growth. Oh, yeah, I'll put that on. I didn't put it on at first, only because like I didn't want people to not want to subscribe or not want to watch my videos, because they would see at the time I had like 150 subscribers, and they're like, oh, this person probably isn't any good. And once I took my subscriber count off, I saw a huge spike in my subscriber count. So right now I'm at like 2,600 subscribers, but when I first started in August, I had like 102, and I didn't want people to just, kind of write me off because I didn't have any subscribers. But I'll put that back on because now I don't care. What's the average price you pick up Hokas? I just picked up my first 2 for $15 each. As long as they're in good condition, $15 is good. A lot of these thrift stores, they kind of they're kind of getting smarter about Hoka 1-1s. So at first I was getting them for like $6 or $7, but now they're pricing them to like 10 to 12. So anytime I can get them between that range, I'm good. If it's brand new without the box, I'll pay as much as 30, as long as because I know I'll at least double my money. So I think 15 is a good price. I think you guys are such a cute couple. Would you ever be interested in doing more videos together? Yeah, we got a video dropping tomorrow. I did a whole video. Me and Dom did a whole video. So my whole videos just take a long time to edit because I do the B-roll and I show the clothing. So it takes a while to edit, but I'll put that up tomorrow. How did you find the courage to start filming YouTube videos? Well, this ain't my first go around. The first time I did YouTube videos, them shits was terrible. I was just sitting on the couch and I was just looking weird. I was looking uncomfortable. But I mean, I feel like for one, I know a lot, and I feel like with just the whole education process and teaching, I did some teaching as well. So I just felt like I had to start sharing some of this knowledge because there's a lot of good resellers out there that give a lot of gems, but then there's so much things they don't address, and I just felt like that wasn't fair. And they kind of painted a image of reselling that made it look so easy. And I'm just like, nah, let me just try to be as real as possible on here so that the people that want to start reselling, they don't get they don't get the false image of it. Because I just hate when people take pictures. Well, this was such a great day, but in reality, reselling is nothing like that. Like maybe during the fourth quarter, but trust me, it's not like that. I'm slashing the price like $5, $10, something like that. No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm planning to quit my job. Hell yeah. I'm planning to quit my job to go full-time selling on eBay and Poshmark. What advice do you have for me based on your own experience? Save money. Make sure you got at least 6 months of expenses. So that's huge. That way it gives you some time to like make mistakes, and it gives you some time to focus on the business without having to worry about how you're going to get your bills paid. Do a lot of research. You might have some sleepless nights where you're just doing a lot of research because you don't want to get into something without knowing exactly what you're getting yourself into. So definitely do a lot of research, and just trust yourself. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have moments where you're gonna doubt yourself. You're gonna say, I could probably make more money if I stay at this job, and then just trust yourself. Trust me, because at the end of the day, once you put yourself in that situation where you know you gotta make money, you're gonna do what you gotta do. So there's gonna be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I do think the first step is literally to quit, because once you cut ties with whatever that job is, at that point you're gonna know shit is real and you gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, do a lot of research, save some money, and trust yourself. Do you wait any certain amount of hours before shipping items out due to possible order cancellations? I think I heard someone say they wait 3 hours on Poshmark orders. No, I'm actually the complete opposite. I ship, if I get an order on Poshmark and I'm right in front of the computer, I'm printing that label out within the first 5 minutes, I'm packaging it up and I'm putting it in the car and I'm dropping it off immediately. Because if I ship it out and then the buyer cancels, I'm still gonna get their money and they're gonna get the money back. And they're gonna just keep the item anyway. So I don't really care. As long as I'm getting the money, if they want to keep the item, that's fine. But I'm shipping it out as soon as possible because that's how Poshmark does it. As long as you shipped out the item and you have proof that you shipped it out, you're good to go. Could you break down average profit and talk a little about the expenses? For example, listing costs, mailers, packaging supplies. Sorry if you have already talked about this. I'm just coming in. Let me read that again. That was a lot of questions at once. Could you break down the average profit? Okay, average profit. For me, I make about, I want to say, when it comes to shirts, sometimes I might make anywhere between $12 and like $25 on a shirt. Shoes, same thing. Talk about expenses. Listing cost. Well, when it comes to listing costs, I try to just use all my free listings, and once I run out of free listings, I kind of slow down on eBay at the end of the month because I don't want to pay for any more listings. Only listings I might pay for is the ones that are good until canceled, and those are the ones that I'm gonna just let. I'm gonna basically just let those continue listing for itself. I think I need some water now because now I'm like stuttering and shit. But yeah, packaging supplies. I only try to get my packing supplies on eBay. Those are like the once you get for the free coupon every month. I think I answered all the questions.
Shipping supplies and everything.
Yeah, shipping supplies. Thank you very much. Get yourselves a fiance that could do something like that. When you stuttering and shit, and she just brings you some water. Ooh, that's clutch.
Okay. Next question. This is a good one.
What camera would you recommend for YouTube, primarily for vlogging? Any camera that has the flip out screen so you could see yourself. It doesn't matter, like any camera. And you should get a tripod like this, the ones that are flexible so you can like bend it and hold it and do your thing. But any camera that has the flip out lens, I think a lot of YouTubers, they get too caught up in the quality, and I'm really speaking about myself. Like I would get too caught up in having a certain level of quality for the videos. But as long as your information and your content is strong, people would they're a lot more understanding, you know what I mean? So you can just go ahead and use your phone. It really doesn't matter. There's people like Casey Neistat, who's like one of the biggest YouTubers. He uses his phone for everything. And granted, he probably got the latest iPhone, but he's not trying to vlog with like a $10,000 camera either. So I would say use your phone, any camera that has a flip out screen. And if you want to get like technical, I would say the Canon G7X or GX. I think it's G7X that has like the flip out screen thing on there too. Are you concerned that giving out information on what you sell would lower their price? Example, you tell everyone to grab Hokas and then eBay could be flooded with them lowering their value. I mean, that's a good point, but at the same time, it's a lot of things I consider when I'm giving out information. One, there's not that many people watching these videos. Two, anytime you can literally tell somebody how to be a millionaire today, the step-by-step thing. You can tell them word for word, step by step, and they're gonna watch the video and they're gonna say, "Oh wow, that's great," and that's it. Most people do not take heed to information. They do not like absorb it, and they don't take action. So you can give somebody all the keys and they're not gonna follow it. So I'm not really concerned about that. But at the same time, it's like some of the real gems, I pretty much share all the gems with you guys. It's just a matter of people actually taking that information and putting it into action. So I'm not too afraid of that part. What camera do you use for your eBay listings? I use my phone. I create the draft on the computer first, and then I take the photos on my phone. I hear an accent, East Coast, Brooklyn. How do you decide which items to cross list? Do you cross list the items at the same time? I put everything on eBay first, and if it doesn't sell on eBay within about a week, then it goes on Poshmark, and that's usually works best for me. What do you wish you did different when starting on Poshmark? I didn't start like before I got on Poshmark. I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of videos, so I didn't make a lot of mistakes on Poshmark. I think the only thing that I wish I did was get on Poshmark sooner because it's a lot of money to be made on Poshmark, and I was really just doing everything on eBay and Craigslist, but I didn't really make any mistakes on Poshmark. Do you have any videos on eBay shipping? No, but I'm gonna make one soon. I have a video in mind that I'm gonna make probably this week or early next week that it'll drop. That's it. Oh, okay, that's all for the questions that I had in the live stream. Let me go through some of these questions really fast that I have here. Sorry if this is a stupid question. This is from Amy Ramirez. Sorry if this is a stupid question, but do you have to report the earnings from reselling? I just started and I'm trying to learn the most I can. When it comes to reporting your earnings on Poshmark, I don't think they send you like a 1099 or anything like that, but eBay will definitely send you a 1099K. I just got mine, so they probably already sent it out to most resellers that use on eBay, but it's 20K in sales and 200 or more listings. So if you did $10,800 and like 150 listings, you might not necessarily need to report your earnings. But I mean, don't trust me because I'm not a tax professional. I'm just telling you what I know for a fact. I know it's 20K and 200 listings, but anything under that, I don't think you get a 1099K. You got more questions? What do you think about buying pallets of clothing from big retailers? You think it's a gamble or do you think it's a good investment? I think it just depends on the brand. A lot of the wholesale accounts that I've been seeing, they're selling bulk clothes from Target and they're selling bulk clothes from Macy's. And no offense to either one of them, but they don't have a lot of brands that have a big resale. So that's why they're selling it in bulk, because they're trying to recoup some of their money and they're trying to sell it to us to make us do the hard work. But if you can find something like a wholesale, like for Patagonia, or a wholesale for like any brand that sells good, I would suggest doing that. But if it's like wholesale for brands like from Walmart or brands from Target, I probably wouldn't do it because it's no money to be made there for real. Put your music on. Oh, you like the music? There's so much people that did not like my music, so I just put it on the outro. But I mean,
This is our man right here.
55 people and 1 like. Smash that. Help your boy. Exactly. Smash that like button. Smash it. Thanks. I use those keys. Appreciate the honesty you give versus the clickbait crap. Yeah, it's a lot of clickbait on there, ain't it? I'm tired of that shit. Do you always counter offer? No, I do not counter every offer. I know there's a lot of resellers that counter everything, and I commend y'all for that, but I'm not there yet. If I have something on YouTube, on eBay, or on Poshmark for $100, Dom, you know. If I have something on there for $100 and you send me an offer for $20, I'm not countering. I'm not sending you a message and saying, hey, where can you meet in the middle? No, like, you are disrespectful and I might block you. Like, I hate that shit.
Akil be mad, y'all.
I'll be mad. Yeah. I'll be mad. Okay. I'm getting mad now.
I know.
Because people, and I think people do it as a joke, but, you know, it is what it is. Do you find that following people's closet on Posh is a waste of time? I mean, I follow people's, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The people that have stuff in their closet, right? And say they posted some Adidas sneakers and I go through their sold and I see that they sold like a pair of Ultra Boosts for $60 that was in really good condition. I'm following your closet because you really don't know how to price stuff. So if I follow your closet, I might come across something else that you might have that is priced way too cheap. So I'm gonna follow your closet, but I don't really use Poshmark as like a social media thing. I use it straight for business. I'm trying to sell stuff. But some people they make Poshmark friends and Posh buddies and what's it called? PFF, Posh Friends Forever. Like, I don't have none of those.
That's so whack.
It is whack. But I don't have none of those. So I'm not following people just to be friends, or I'm trying to make this cash. So for me, You know, that's what I'm about. Thanks for the tips on Bogner sweater, $2 on Goodwill. You're welcome. What brands sell the fastest for you on Poshmark? On Poshmark, this is a little tricky. Um, I sell a lot of Hokas on Poshmark. Anything that's women's brands, and it's kind of like just very unique. Like I sold a pair of what was that brand? I can't remember the name. I sell a lot of vintage stuff on Poshmark because people are kind of looking for that stuff. So I sell a lot of vintage on Poshmark and a lot of athletic stuff. So Nike, Adidas, Hoka, um, Lululemon, all those type of stuff. But I don't really have a particular brand that sells fastest. I hear you. I don't reply to lowball offers, although it could be a miss sale. Yeah, it could definitely be a miss sale, but I don't even want to do business with people that start negotiating like that. Like, I'm good. I'll wait till the next buyer comes. I have a serious auto decline game for offers. I don't see the lowball ones anymore. Me neither. I'm tired of that shit. We need to band together and change this negotiating swindle that people have. Any suggestions on raising capital? Raising capital. Well, for me, how I did it, basically every dollar I made after I paid bills and handled all the necessities went right back into the business. So when it comes to raising capital, I think it's just a matter of really being responsible and sacrificing. Like a lot of people would say you should start like a GoFundMe or do something like basically just start by selling the stuff in your house that you're not using, and then that can be like your reseller bank account, and you can just start to use that money and then turn that 20 into 40, then that 40 into 80, and so forth and so on. So when it comes to raising capital, I don't even like using loans or anything like that. Like I'm one of those people, I rather build it on my own and go from there as opposed to owing any money or owing the bank any money or anything like that. So when it comes to raising capital, it's a little tricky because I think the resale game, you don't necessarily need a ton of money to get into it. You can start with Goodwill, and then once you make some money, you can start to do bulk orders. So yeah, just be responsible, sacrifice a little bit, and then sell the stuff you got. I got a couple other questions. This is going way longer than I thought, but it's working. I got another question from Kendra's Outlet, and this came from my comment section. I love taking stale inventory to Crossroads. Also, do you always charge shipping on eBay? Yes, I always charge shipping on eBay if the item is if it's bigger than like a first class item. But there are some items that I don't charge shipping on, but those items I usually factor in the cost of shipping into the actual price. So if it's $25 and free shipping, chances are I would have probably sold that item for $19.99 plus $4 shipping. So I just kind of factor that into my cost. We're gonna wrap this up pretty soon, so let me get to these questions. Can you remind? Okay, could you go to that question for me, please? Can you remind the new people to your channel how long you have been doing this? I started making YouTube videos in August. So about 6 months now. They're kind of like the end of August. So we're going on about the 6-month mark at this point. What does your fiance do for work? She don't want to answer that. She clearly told me no. You said yes?
Yeah, you can answer.
Okay, she's a probation officer.
Locking them up, y'all.
Locking them up. Do you use cashback credit cards? Okay, yeah, this is gonna be the last question. Huh?
2 more.
Okay, we're gonna do 2 more questions and then we're gonna wrap up. I use cashback credit cards that have the rewards. I think mine is Capital One, so it has like a 1.5% cash back, and I use that for every purchase. I have 2 cards, one for personal, one for business, and I only use cards for everything. So, like I said, everything. It doesn't matter whether it's groceries, gas, everything is purchased with my credit card, and then I pay it off in full. Once it hits my statement, I pay off my credit card bill in full. That way I never accrue any interest rates or anything like that. How do you do your promoted listings? Do you use them on each item? I actually never use promoted listings. I'm actually going to start using that on some of the stuff that I have here today. I got about 50 items that I need to get listed between these next 2 days. So I'm gonna try the promoted listings on these items, and I'm gonna do the 1%, like the 1% promoted listing thing, and I'm gonna see how it works. And I've heard that it works, so I'm gonna try it myself, and I'm gonna make a video following up on that and share that experience. I just joined in. Will you guys do a live like this again? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a live like this again. I'm probably gonna stick to Mondays at 12. So that's 12 standard Pacific time, and then 3 o'clock Eastern time. So I'll probably just do this live stream like this, and I'll pull questions from my comment section. That way I already have questions, and then as the live stream comes in, we can just do it like that. Hey, $2 more. Hey, thank you. I ain't giving it back. All right, y'all. So that's all I got. 46 minutes. That's the last 2 questions. If there's anything else, I might jump in that. All right, cool. So thank you guys for tuning in. If anybody want to drop another super chat, I'm here for it. But thanks again for tuning in. That's all I got for today's video. If you guys liked it, make sure you smash the like button. If you didn't like it, still smash the like button and share it with your friends and your family. That way we can get some more views and we can help some more people.
Wait,
And
you can't do it Mondays. I won't be here.
Oh, I can't do it
Sundays.
Let me know in the comment section whether Monday or Sunday at 12. I think 12 o'clock is a good time. Monday or Sunday. Let me know which one you guys prefer. Thank you. You did good. Thank you. I'm glad I did good.
I'm so proud.
Nah, she's proud of me. All right, y'all. So thank you very much. I appreciate all of y'all, and you all have a good day. If you ever make a webinar, yes, I will make a webinar. Sunday is a big work day for me. Monday, Sunday, Sunday. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna just check in the comment section.